Welcome to our session Advancing Bahrain UK Partnerships in Fintech and Innovation. To open this session, we'd like to welcome Her Excellency Noor bint Ali Alkhulaif, Minister of Sustainable Development and Chief Executive of the Bahrain Economic Development Board, to the stage. Shukran, thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Thanks, everyone. It gives me absolutely an immense pleasure, and it's a true honor to welcome a few friends and partners from the UK to Bahrain today, and to welcome you again all to the third edition of Fintech Forward, which brings together our local financial services ecosystem and players, along with guests from around the world, in order to discuss their experiences, their achievements, their ongoing innovation, future plans, partnerships, and much more. We do hope that you've enjoyed the 2 days of Fintech Forward, and that over that period of time, you've had a chance to experience not just what Bahrain's thriving fintech ecosystem has to offer, but also to learn about the experiences from all the other companies and visitors from around the world. Needless to say, Bahrain and the UK share a long-standing relationship built on mutual trust, respect, and shared values. Our partnership spans diplomacy, trade, education, financial services, and it continues to evolve in line with our common vision for innovation and sustainable growth. The UK's legacy as one of the world's most established financial centers continues to shape global standards today. Bahrain, with its own financial history, has built on this tradition of excellence, creating a thriving financial ecosystem that bridges legacy institutions with the new digital entrants. The strength of these ties between our two countries means that collaboration between Bahrain and the UK has always been natural, whether it's in banking, regulation, or financial technology. And as expressed during the meeting last night with the Minister of His Excellency Minister of Finance and National Economy, it's important for us that the ecosystem in Bahrain mirrors that of the UK. That when a UK company comes to Bahrain, whether it's the regulation, the courts, and the policies, we want them to feel like they're experiencing the same ecosystem as the UK in order to have that smooth transition into Bahrain, and which shows our commitment to continuing to build on our strong ties. Now, I hope that we have managed to demonstrate over the last couple of days the benefits of cross-country partnerships, but allow me to just spend one minute or a couple of minutes to summarize again all that we heard in terms of the fintech companies like yours and what they could benefit from in Bahrain. So Bahrain offers an ecosystem designed for collaboration and agility, where the regulator, the banks, the innovators work side by side. You'll find an environment that supports experimentation and scale, with access to regional banks, established financial institutions, and partners that understand what it takes to grow across borders. And importantly, Bahrain is not just a market of its own, it's a launchpad. With the kingdom strategically located at the heart of the Gulf and directly connected to Saudi Arabia, the fast connection to the rest of the Gulf, fintech companies based here can seamlessly serve regional and global clients, expanding into new markets with confidence. For UK entrepreneurs, this means Bahrain is not a final destination, but it's a strategic springboard for growth and partnership across the whole region. Of course, at the heart of this overarching ecosystem is what we call Team Bahrain, our philosophy of close cooperation across government, regulation, investors, and the private sector. It is the reason businesses that come to Bahrain consistently tell us that things move faster and that opportunities are easier to access. We're also very proud of our human capital, and we continue to invest in education and training and upskilling and reskilling and ensure the services we deliver are always world-class. And none of this would be possible without the strength of our financial services sector, which remains the largest contributor to GDP. We're proud of our century-long history as one of the region's leading financial centers, and equally proud of how that legacy now powers a new generation of fintech innovation. Finally, we're very much looking forward to hearing from the companies here today. Your creativity, drive, and ambition are what will define the next chapter of finance. We're here to listen, to learn, and to support you. So let me close by thanking our UK partners once again. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Ambassador. And thank you to all the companies for your trust and friendship. And to say that we remain at your disposal, well beyond FinTech Forward. So please stay in touch, have conversations, always reach out. We're here to support you. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Shukran Zulian. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and thank you so much for the warm welcome that you've given us all for the UK FinTech delegation here this week. We'd now like to welcome to the stage His Excellency Khalid Humaidan, Governor of the Central Bank of Bahrain. Shukran.
Good afternoon. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to start off thanking the UK delegation for attending FinTech Forward 25 and being part of this very important event for us. There's many things about the financial services sector in the UK that we admire. It has legacy, it's international, and it is resilient. The legacy is clear. It has the oldest central bank in the world, and it's been able to demonstrate strength through innovation. Many things today in financial services are labeled with London and British. It's international because there's global institutions operating there with global talent pools. It's resilient. It's been tested through times, through multiple crises, and even with something like Brexit, it's from strength to strength. And we've seen this when we were visiting the UK a few months ago, and we met the Lord Mayor. He showed through the numbers how the City of London has been able to continue to grow and prosper. We share many similarities with the UK and Bahrain. Our financial services sector has legacy. The Central Bank of Bahrain is an old institution, and it dates back before independence. We're a regional hub where today the total value of banking assets is 10 times the GDP of Bahrain. So Bahrain is used to service the local economy, but is also a hub for the regional economy. International, most of the banks in Bahrain enjoy large amounts of foreign capital, and there's an international talent pool working in Bahrain. A very good example of that is a small technology company that was established last year, and in no time, they were able to attract the best coders in the world from 30 different countries. We are also resilient. Despite slower global growth, the financial services sector is an engine of driver for growth in the economic development of Bahrain. And we're also innovating. There's very good examples here outside where there's fintech companies that started in Bahrain that are doing things that are first of their kind in the world. And there's more that we can do together. There's very good partnerships. Some of them are going to be showcased today. One of them is Ajad. How regional investors can partner up and use a partnership with a UK company to access global markets. And the same way that investors based in the UK can access the regional markets through Bahrain. And to have the Islamic flavor and the instruments to be Sharia compliant makes the solution even more compelling. There's many things that we can do together. I want to remind everybody of our baseline. Today, there's 15 UK institutions that are licensed and operating in Bahrain. And there's 6 more that are about to be licensed. There's $8 billion worth of investment and exposure by Bahraini banks into the UK. This is a good, solid foundation, but we can definitely grow from here. Thank you very much.
Shukran. Thank you both. Thank you, Your Excellency. Your vision, support and partnership really make gatherings like this possible. We'd now like to welcome to the stage His Excellency Alastair, British Ambassador to Bahrain. Shukran.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for inviting me to be a part of this, and a good afternoon to you all. I'd first like to say what a brilliant event Fintech Forward has been, and to thank the organisers and to convey to them my compliments. The event demonstrates that the fintech scene here in Bahrain is buzzing. And I think this is a tribute to Bahrain's quite remarkable family of impressive economic chiefs. And one reason for any company to have huge confidence in this market is the competence of that leadership. And so I'm really very, very grateful to Her Excellency, the Chief Executive of the Economic Development Board and Minister for Sustainable Development, and to His Excellency, the Governor of the Central Bank, for joining us today. Thank you so much. You are firmly a part of that family, and your leadership of this event, like so many other things in Bahrain, has been exemplary. Thank you. I'm absolutely delighted that we have 36 UK fintech companies with us here and the London Stock Exchange Group. That is a brilliant number, but it is no accident. Financial services and innovation in that sector is hugely important to both our countries, to the UK and to Bahrain. And as we've already heard, there are extraordinary parallels between our two countries in this sector. For example, the financial services sector contributes almost exactly the same percentage share of GDP in both the UK and Bahrain, about 17.5%, making it a really, really significant part of both economies. But as we've heard too, the regulation here mirrors that in the UK, so that companies here find an immediate familiarity. And then both places boast, and I think this is really the jewel in the crown, an incredible talent pool. That's what the UK has become known for in this field, and it is what Bahrain is known for in this field, among other things. So we do, as you've kindly said, Your Excellency, we do really want to see this grow and grow from the already strong foundations. But I'd like to highlight one more parallel that's really on my mind at the moment, and that's the importance of assurance. I think, like many, I am finding the world at the moment quite bewildering. The pace of technological change is, of course, as much an opportunity as a risk, but the sheer levels of disinformation and that same pace of change are becoming unsettling. But in that environment, I think what the UK and Bahrain again share is a culture of propriety and assurance that both places know is essential to their brand and offer. I think it really marks Bahrain out in this region. So I have mentioned, and I'm really happy to mention this a number of times because I'm really proud of it, we have brought 36 fintech companies to this brilliant trade fair. It has been great over the last couple of days speaking to them, getting a feel for their products, exploring their plans, considering their routes to market. All are really serious about Bahrain and eager to collaborate. And over the next sessions, you'll hear presentations from 10 of them, showcasing cutting-edge solutions spanning digital assets, sustainable finance, AI-driven compliance, open banking, and financial inclusion. I encourage you all to meet them, connect, and explore how we can build together. I'm delighted to spotlight just a few of the exciting developments that embody this partnership. Umazi is officially launching here in Bahrain, bringing its innovative digital identity and KYC technology to support financial institutions and regulators across the region. Velexa has signed a major partnership with Ayad Capital, combining UK investment technology with Bahraini financial expertise. Aman, powered by Temis, has launched in Bahrain, helping organizations strengthen their financial crime prevention capabilities. And SenseFish, another UK innovator, the scenario-led analytics platform giving actionable financial intelligence, is in the final stages of a strategic investment in Bahrain. These are tangible examples of partnership in action, British technology meeting Bahraini opportunity. Before I conclude, I want to just do a few thank yous. First to the Bahrain Economic Development Board, Your Excellency and your team, you've been absolutely brilliant and so central to the success this event represents. To His Excellency and the Central Bank of Bahrain, to Bahrain Fintech Bay, and to Tamkeen for their steadfast collaboration and making the UK delegation feel so very welcome over the last few days. And then, if I may, to my own team and colleagues from the Embassy and DBT, particularly Katie, and to Roisin, who have worked tirelessly to bring this exceptional UK team and delegation together, and to ensure that our 36, I'll say it again, participating fintechs and the London Stock Exchange Group can make the most of this fabulous opportunity. Together, the UK and Bahrain are building not just business ties, but a shared future of innovation, sustainability, and trust. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for that inspiring address and for your continued championing of UK fintech innovation in Bahrain. Shukran. So as the Ambassador rightly said, today is all about partnership in action, and I'm delighted to introduce a series of MOU signings and launches that mark new milestones in the Bahrain UK fintech story. So we would like to welcome to the stage, first up, Umazi. Umazi are a UK RegTech innovator using digital identity and AI-driven due diligence to revolutionize how organizations verify and trust one another. Today, Umazi officially launches here in Bahrain, bringing their global digital identity network to the region. So please welcome to the stage. Congratulations to the Umazi team. We have Chief Executive Officer Cindy Van Nijkerk, and congratulations to the team, James Dealey, Michael Harvey, and Richard Ney. We'd also like to welcome to the stage to witness Your Excellencies as well, please. Shukran. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations again, Umazi. Next, we have Velexa, a London-based investment technology platform helping institutions deliver wealth creation trading platforms to investors. This afternoon, Velexa announced their partnership with Ajjad Capital, combining UK investment innovation and Bahraini market expertise as Ajjad launched their Sharia-compliant investment app powered by Velexa technology. Represented by Ajjad Capital CEO Suhail Haji and Velexa Chief Commercial Officer Kingsley Ford. Please welcome to the stage. And finally, we have Aman, powered by Themis, a fintech built by financial crime experts, simplifying risk management through smart technology. Supported by Tamkeen, Aman is helping Bahrain become a regional model for AI-driven financial crime prevention, with CEO Dickon Johnston and his local team on the ground here in Bahrain. Please welcome to the stage Dickon and Al-Fida Al-Khan, and supported by Hassan Saidi, Ahmed Al-Halouli, Noor Mansouri, and Mustafa Hassan. To keep up this momentum, it's time to hear directly from some of the most innovative UK companies in fintech. They've travelled here, as His Excellency the Ambassador said, we've brought 36 fintechs here as part of our delegation, and each company has just 5 minutes to present to keep things high energy. We will have 9 of them presenting, and all are looking to launch or expand here in the Kingdom. So first up, please welcome back to the stage, having just been part of the signing ceremony, CEO of Themis, Dickon Johnston, an award-winning company that combines AI, data, and intelligence to fight financial crime and support institutions in managing risk more effectively. Dikon, the stage is yours. Thank you. Well done. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today at Fintech Forward, a truly great showcase for Bahrain. My name is Dickard Johnston. I'm the founder and CEO of Themis, a global AI and financial crime pioneer, helping clients all over the world simplify and automate their due diligence on their clients, suppliers, third parties, and investors. Now, Themis has chosen to set up in Bahrain under the local company and brand name Aman, meaning safety and security in Arabic. We are here as part of a national rollout to protect the kingdom from international money laundering, transnational crime, and ensuring that all companies, large or small, have access to the very latest AI technology, intelligence, research, and training to combat financial crime risk. And at Aman, we believe that the very best way to do this is to combine both cutting-edge AI technology with human intelligence and expertise. And Bahrain is really the perfect place to innovate. With a very advanced and mature regulatory framework, the oldest and safest and most trusted financial center in the region, with a wealth of clients, investors, and an incredible talent pool. So over the last 2.5 years, we've invested heavily into Bahrain, researching market needs, rolling out innovative AML and fraud solutions, hiring the very best local talent and subject matter experts, and supporting and partnering with many forward-thinking organizations across both the public and private sector. And what we're showing here today at Fintech Forward marks the biggest leap forward yet, so the very latest in our innovation here in Bahrain. And I'm very proud, therefore, to announce the launch of the Aman AI Investigator, Bahrain's first specialist LLM-powered platform designed specifically to tackle financial crime, to make financial crime risk visible, understandable, immediate, and actionable. This really is diligence by default. So the Aman AI Investigator allows anyone, even those who don't have a compliance background, to generate an enhanced due diligence report on any company they may be working with or partnering with in minutes rather than weeks. This isn't generic AI. This is a specialist model trained by real human investigators using real conviction data and global typologies. So what does this mean? Well, for business leaders, this gives you the ability to onboard many more clients faster and with real confidence. So imagine due diligence that's immediate, predictive, and always on. Now, we're unveiling this in Bahrain for the very first time, and I'm going to attempt to play a video. This is actually the culmination of some very deep and original thinking from a team of AI engineers and financial crime experts who have not been afraid to challenge the status quo and step out into a brave new world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see the future of due diligence now. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is really exciting. This innovation is only possible because of the deep partnership between the UK and Bahrain. And it's incredibly exciting. It's about protecting Bahrain's borders, protecting Bahrain's reputation as the safest international financial center, and making sure no international money laundering or organized crime can enter into these borders. So think of the potential applications of this. You are the first in Bahrain to see the AI investigator, and we also want you to be the first to use it. So we have, for that reason, developed a special FinTech Forward offer for everyone here in the conference. Our team are outside in the Tamkeen stand. If you would like to see it live, they are happy to give you a demo of the platform this afternoon. Before we close, I just want to thank all of our clients for your trust and loyalty, as well as the British delegation here, Your Excellency, and all of the incredible team at the Economic Development Board, and Tamkeen, and many others who have really brought together this incredible ecosystem that makes innovation like this possible. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed.
Oxford Risk brings behavioural science to finance, helping wealth managers and banks understand that clients are humans and not robots. So please welcome James Ferreira-Stubbs, co-founder. Thank you.
So what we do is actually really simple. We're a spin out of Oxford University, and we help clients like Goldman Sachs understand how clients actually make decisions. Why do we do that? By helping our clients understand how their retail investors make decisions, we can help the retail investors make better decisions, and in doing that, grow their assets and grow their revenues faster. Very simply, when I was a student at Oxford, actually, I did economics, and it was very classical. So the way people made decisions was very simple. You told them what the right answer was. If they didn't listen to you, you told them a few more times what the right answer was. They would then do an in-depth assessment of the cost benefits and maximize their profits over the short term. There are now decades of academic research and 3 economic Nobel Prize winners who would say that that is absolute rubbish. The way people make decisions is actually complicated and rich and varied. How I feel is as important as the facts that you show me. What is my risk tolerance? Do I have a high desire for legacy? Do I make decisions when I'm able to share it with friends or experts? All of this varies by individual to individual, and actually is very poorly correlated with age, with gender, with nationality. So what we attempt to do is to solve this problem, because if you don't solve it, and here's another one of our clients, this is Vanguard's work. They looked at their existing investor base, and they looked at how much money they lost each year. On average, 300 basis points a year because of their need to be human. So the biggest cost was people just don't invest enough. Cash feels really safe, and investing feels really risky. And then when I do invest, and I read a headline which scares me, my natural tendency is to sell when the market is low and buy when the market is high. So very simply, what we are doing is 3 steps. 1, we've run this assessment over 1 million times in 4 different continents. We can help you understand how you make financial decisions against up to 15 different scales. Based on that, we map you to a persona, and we tell you which persona you belong in. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. It is very much like my teacher used to say, but never used to actually think. There is no good answer. We're all quite different, and if you understand that, you can address your own weaknesses, and the firm serving you can help you with that. We are able to give very personalized interventions based on our understanding of an individual, which we can use for different use cases. So we have a client in Colombia, Bancolombia. Their challenge was most of their clients were sitting on very high cash balances. And there's a different reason why you'd sit in cash based on your personality. We were able to develop with them personalized interventions, send it to those clients, and over the course of 3 months, we grew the assets under management of those clients who received personalized interventions by 16%. Importantly, this should not be a black box. There's a ethical reason for that, but there's also a very fundamental commercial reason. The more I feel understood, the more likely I am actually to take action. So our client in the UK, Coutts, the bank for the British royal family, they use this in our most simple application. They ask a client, I don't know if Charles III has done it, all the data is anonymized, I like to think he has. They ask them 13 questions, and based on that, they assess your risk and they map you to a portfolio. What was interesting is the more somebody felt understood, the more likely they were to actually invest. It sounds like such a simple and fundamental point, but for every point of additional understanding we got an additional point for somebody actually investing. Finally, we serve over 200 firms. Sadly, not yet any in Bahrain, so I'm hoping that we change this in short order. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye-bye.
Thank you, James. We'd now like to welcome to the stage Andrea Daly, CEO and founder of Money Squirrel, a fun, intuitive micro savings app. So welcome, Andrea. Thank you.
We're a UK fintech helping businesses do so much more with their hard-earned cash. For 5 years, I ran a software consultancy. Super simple cash flow to manage, but every time I'd get an invoice paid, I'd do my little happy dance, it's the best notification in the world, and then manually, painfully move the VAT element and another 20% into a separate interest-paying savings account. With my tech brain on, I kept thinking that this proportion is always the same. It should just be an automation. Why doesn't it exist yet? We looked within the UK and then outside of the UK, but we found nothing like what I actually wanted existed yet. So we got data from the HMRC, our tax department, to prove that the size of the problem was big enough, not just my business, and then we built the solution to it. To give you an example, in just 1 year, there were over 1.2 million VAT returns submitted late. With Money Squirrel, we've started solving that problem. So the solution is simple, and it only takes a few steps to get set up. I link my business current account, my savings account, I set my VAT rate, and if I choose, a second percentage. And then at the end of every day, Money Squirrel will calculate to my preferences the incoming transactions, splits them, and then prompts me to sweep a certain amount from one account to the other. So once I'm onboarded onto the platform, once a day, all I have to do is fingerprint ID the transactions on my phone, or do a few days at a time if cash flow allows. We're live. We already have partnerships with several banks in the UK, and we're fundraising. So if you're interested in connecting with me or in hearing more, please do scan the QR code and get in touch. And I'd love to thank you so much for hosting us. The hospitality the last few days has been absolutely wonderful.
Thank you very much, Andrea. We'd now like to welcome to the stage Sean Kiernan, CEO of Greengage. And Greengage are a digital merchant bank connecting traditional finance and digital assets, pioneering trusted, regulated solutions for the crypto economy. Thank you, Sean.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sean Kiernan. I'm the founder and CEO of Greengage. We're a crypto-friendly payments platform, as well as a private credit lending and yield platform. Our flagship product is Bitcoin-backed lending. I'm a banker by background. I built a bank within Credit Suisse in the UK, and I also worked as the London COO of the first bank in the world to offer crypto products to its clients. First is the gap, and with fintech, we always like addressing some issues. The two issues that we're addressing are lending for SMEs. So there's a 22 billion sterling gap, according to the Bank of England, in the UK, and in the GCC, an even bigger 250 billion gap, according to the World Bank. The second problem is debanking. So in the UK alone last year, 140,000 businesses had their accounts closed, not because they're dodgy, just because they're a bit complicated, most often. So we address these two problems by working as a platform business. So we're not a bank, we're a fintech, and I'm not regulated either. We work with partners who are. We deliver our accounts through a platform of 8 banking-as-a-service partners. So we're using other people's regulatory infrastructure. We're always crypto-friendly in the context that our clients are crypto companies, SMEs, family offices. but we help them to navigate fiat accounts that are open to making payments and working with them for cross-border needs. Where we make our money is primarily from the lending side of the business. And here we connect private credit, so family offices, credit funds, as well as the new wonderful world of DeFi and tokenization as sources of balance sheet to our clients. And we take a success fee if a loan happens. So we see ourselves as a complementary partner to banks, if not necessarily a competitor, because we're working with the private credit space, so non-bank lending. These are some of the names of our clients. Just to stress how we're different to banks, we see banks in the context of being fraction reserve lenders as tied agents. So you go to a bank, they will sell you their own products and services nearly exclusively. We flip that model, and this is very much kind of a Web3 approach, but we look at our clients and we listen to our clients. And based on their needs and particular requirements, we can place them with account providers that map into their specific needs from our platform, and in turn find credit from them from the world. So we see the world as our balance sheet, and across digital or traditional, we're agnostic, as long as our clients get the money that they're looking for. Our platform is fairly simple. I don't want to over-egg the pudding. We're not looking to recreate the wheel. We're a very front-end faced tech stack using API integrations to third parties. We have a direct integration with Equals Money to get accounts for our clients, and we work with third-party lenders by way of introduction to find solutions for our clients' borrowing needs. This is just a look and feel. For those of you that might not have seen our tech, we can do multiple wallets for different currencies, FX, standard things you'd expect from a bank, although this is not from ourselves, this is through our partners. So we work with different partners to surface different needs for our clients. Our core this year has been building out multiple banking as a service partners. We realized we needed redundancy for this to have different needs met. And what I'm doing next year is completely different, but very much an extension of what we're doing today. We're looking to fundraise to take our own balance sheet position in Bitcoin, which is this new wonderful asset, and leverage this asset using our platform to borrow cheaply at 3% using our existing partners, and place this out then at higher private credit yields with SME lending, for example, invoice lending, R&D tax credits, say 10% plus, and to get a target net interest margin of 8% on Bitcoin. This is an unusual play in the market. Very few people are looking at getting yield on it on Bitcoin as such. And so we're very excited about this. The team is strong. We're still small at 15, but a lot of investment banking, Goldman Sachs, CIBC experience. Some key metrics is we've done over $350 million of lending now on platform, so we're very excited to lean into that opportunity. We have about $5 billion of balance sheet that we've lined up with our credit fund and family office partners we're looking to deploy. And we have over 2,000 more relationships we're looking to activate. We've got some really good partners. I mentioned, I haven't mentioned yet, but we have an office in Abu Dhabi. Part of the reason we're here is to get our heads around the local market, courtesy of Hub 71. And we're looking to see if we can lean into the local partners here, find ideally a banking as a service partner in one of the banks to see if we can add value. And what I'd ask of you, if I may, is three things. We're looking for ideally partners in a banking as a service partner in market, potentially clients and investors who are helping us on our journey. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Sean, for presenting GreenGauge. I'd now like to welcome to the stage James Fahey, co-founder and CEO of Just Tip. Just Tip are an instant cashless tipping service so that companies can reward great service and workers can get paid instantly. Over to you, James. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday. We're nearly there. My name is James. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Just Tip, well, self-proclaimed CEO of Just Tip. This is a business that myself and my co-founder started what feels like many years ago, back when we were 19 years old. So for my sins, I'm 24. And this whole idea came from the frustration of wanting to leave a tip, also service charges, and not being able to deliver that to the staff, but also not having the trust that it goes to the staff. So it's been an interesting couple of years. We have, as I say, started very young, but we've managed to get some good traction. And I guess taking a number of knockbacks, but pivots and learning along the way. So to walk you through, I guess, what is Just Tip? We are a fully integrated solution for dealing with tips and service charges for merchant services banks. So how our platform works is we will go and work with a merchant services bank. The latest one is MyPOS, who have 300,000 customers across the EU and the UK. Our platform plugs into their device. No longer sending the funds directly to the business, we split the funds at source, and we will basically push them through Just Tip with an allocation from the Rota system directly to each individual employee's bank account. So we're automating about a day's work for each business. So think about a hotel. They have 5 restaurants in the hotel, and they've got 10 staff per restaurant. How are they going to figure out what tips go to the right people? Is it going directly to the person, or is it going to the pool? What our platform does is we come along, we plug into the bank, we automate the solution through their Rota system, and then push the funds directly to each individual employee. So you saw from the last slide, we have about 15,000 employees signed up to our platform. We're moving about £2 million a month. Oh, sorry, yeah, £2 million a month. And I guess it's been an interesting couple of years, to say the least. So my greatest strength is I'm very annoying, you know. I like to annoy people pretty much all day, every day. And I guess the platform is taking iteration after iteration due to customer feedback, but also I guess there's a perseverance to do a small bit more. So what we do now is we push the funds directly to employees' bank accounts, and I guess the opportunity, and I guess the reason why we're fundraising now, is to start to build what I've always wanted to build, which is the world's first, or at least what I want to call the world's first, low-paid gig worker loyalty system. What I mean by that is rather than pushing the funds to Halifax, Lloyds, Bank of Ireland, whatever bank you're with, we want to offer you a bank account with Just Tip. We want to send your funds to you at the end of your service. We'll take your Rota system. When you clock out, money's in your account. And then from that, we want to use the F&B sites we've signed up to essentially build anywhere you spend an F&B that's got Just Tip, a points-based system. There's a lending opportunity. So what we're doing, I guess, is a very, it's crumbs, it's very small, but it has an impact, I guess, that goes far beyond, I guess, the initial concept anyway, when I started this so many years ago. So yes, I want to say, first of all, thank you to everybody who's been so warm and friendly to all of us in the UK trade delegation coming over. And I guess we are fundraising. If you'd like to have a chat with me, we're over at the booth. But that's all from me. Have a great afternoon. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, James. I'd now like to welcome to the stage Alex McCulloch, who's Director of Middle East Development for Escode, part of the NCC group. And Escode are a leading UK cybersecurity company, which is increasingly important in a digitally native world. So over to you. Thank you.
I'd like to thank everyone for their fantastic hospitality this week. It's been a brilliant event. My name's Alex McCulloch. I'm Director of Market Development, Middle East for Escode, who are part of NCC Group. We're considered as the world's largest provider of software escrow services. We protect over 50,000 contracting parties, all to do with the provision of software and the use of software and mitigating risk around supplier failure. If we consider the scenario in this fast-moving digital economy, organizations are investing heavily in technology and in order to drive innovation, efficiencies, and customer experience. But if we ask the question, what would happen if one of our software providers was to suddenly disappear, if they were to go out of business, or if they were to stop supporting the software that we, as an end user, is reliant upon? And that's how we fit in. Escode provides software escrow services. We're a trusted partner to many of the world's largest fintechs, software suppliers, central banks, financial institutions, and enterprises. We enable software suppliers to innovate, and both banks and enterprises to innovate, while supporting continuity and building compliance and resilience into financial systems. We're working with many organizations in Bahrain, software suppliers, fintechs, and banks to help mitigate risk around third-party software use. So what is software escrow? Software escrow is a very straightforward legal agreement, typically involving a software supplier, a software user, and an independent third-party escrow agent, Escode. So our role, you'll have heard the word escrow to hold financial money in transactions. We are a technology escrow company where we hold software materials, source code, data, and other types of materials that would be held securely by us and released under certain conditions. So our services are flexible and scalable and are also applicable to cloud solutions, where we're holding different types of materials such as data, access credentials, anything that would be needed for that bank or that end user in the event that one of their software suppliers is no longer available. And what we see is this builds trust in the supply chain. It also builds resilience into the financial systems and markets, and also supports regulatory compliance as there's an increasing shift to focus on operational resilience. So a very high level of the escrow process. It starts by setting up a legal agreement signed by all three parties. We then undertake some knowledge transfer exercise to make sure the material that we're holding on behalf of the end user and the software supplier is usable and is been tested as fit for purpose. And we've run various different scenario tests that prove that in a stressed exit that this solution would work and the end user would be able to continue their operations without disruption. We work closely with regulators around the world, and we understand that operational resilience is something that's high on the agenda. And many regulators are now naming escrow as a key component of stressed exit plans. And just some of the examples on screen. So our services deliver software escrow that helps meet both international and regional regulatory requirements. I would encourage you, if you want to know more, there's a QR code, which is in both English and Arabic software escrow guide. Thank you very much for your attention.
Shukran. Thank you very much, Alex. I'd now like to welcome to the stage Nelson Wooten, CEO of Sascada, the next generation core banking platform powering embedded finance and digital banking innovation across the globe. Over to you, Nelson. Thank you.
Yeah, we're getting through it fairly quickly. Okay, Sascada. Let's start at the beginning. We're a core banking platform. We set out to build this business because my co-founder and I, we built a bank in the UK 13 years ago. We've since scaled and exited that venture, but having built a bank, we intrinsically found issues with the software that banks use. And Sascada was created to address those issues. We are a B2B SaaS business. There's over 5 billion on the platform. Last year, we handled over 25 billion in payments across Europe and Africa. And we are multi-award winning. In fact, yesterday it was announced that we are now one of the top 100 fintechs in the world, which is an incredible thing to be able to say. Thank you. Here's what we do differently. And let's start with the problem statement. Banks all across the world have two fundamental issues. The time it takes to get data out of their core systems. Most banks run 6 to 8 weeks behind reality. And having got that data out, what often happens is you spot an issue with your product that needs a change, and then you have to go to your technical team or you have to go to your supplier, and it's going to cost you a staggering amount of money to change your product in order to address the problem. And having got that change into production, you're going to have to wait another 6 or 8 weeks to actually understand whether the change addressed the issue. That is a lifetime in today's world. And so what Sascada does is challenge that. The first way we challenge it is our product sequencer. I'm not going to go into all of the details, but the principle here is that banks are empowered to make changes to their products. They do not need to come to suppliers like us. They're able to build hybrid products. We don't do something like modular banking, which says you can buy this, but not that. Once you're on the platform, launch any kind of product you like, all right? And build hybrid products, innovate. That's what it's here for. The second thing we do very differently is real-time data. And I literally mean transaction by transaction. We will populate your reg reports, your management information reporting, any kind of data set that you imagine you need core banking to tell you. We will do that second by second as transactions run through the platform. And finally, the thing that we do incredibly different is rapid deployment. Anyone in this room who's worked in a bank and done a core banking replacement or deployment knows it's a year or more. We do that in less than a day. If you give a bank these tools, real-time information, and the ability to address the issues they see, you create an enormous growth engine. Very quickly here, Alika Bank is a SME-focused bank in the UK. They're on our platform. We launched a current account with them. They very quickly understood in doing that people really wanted, businesses really wanted instant access savings accounts. They then followed by launching 3, 6, and 9-month savings bonds within 2 weeks of launching the current account. Our tech didn't get in the way, it just let them get on and do this. And saving deposits increased by 1,400% in 6 months. That's a phenomenal thing for a bank to be able to do in a few weeks. Finally, high speed does not mean very expensive. Because we've done all of this using incredibly modern technology, it's a very low-cost platform to run. The prices you can see down in the bottom left there as to how we start to sell this now. So like you can buy infrastructure from hyperscalers, you can buy core banking from us by the hour. So for £21 an hour, or roughly 10 dinar, you can have a core banking system that'll support up to 25,000 accounts, and you can have it within an hour or two of talking to us. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Nelson, and huge congratulations on your top 100 ranking there. That's wonderful news. Next, we have Dr. Alexandra Bavdaz, CEO of SenseFish. Now, SenseFish bring actionable, cutting-edge marine and digital asset intelligence to strengthen national competitiveness and accelerate the net zero transition across marine, social, and environmental domains. So over to you, Alexandra. Thank you.
That's it? Yeah, it's working. As much as I would love to present a Rayo I am, that's not my business. So I'll just, if you could just switch to presentation number 9, SenseFish, that would be awesome. It doesn't go without trouble, does it? There we go. Okay. So, Your Excellencies, thank you for such a warm welcome in this beautiful place, the Kingdom of Bahrain. I'm Dr. Alexandra, and I'm the founder and CEO of SenseFish, supporting blue finance with bold innovation for a leading nation. Our vision is simple: to revolutionize how ocean risks and opportunities are measured, reported, and financed all in one place. Blue finance is massively under-delivering. Countries aiming to meet ESG requirements are held back by weak environmental pre-assessments, flawed projections, and sloppy impact reporting. As a result, almost all potential finance scale is actually lost. Less than 1% of needed sustainable blue finance funds are actually deployed, as we know. Why? It's because ocean data is fragmented and it doesn't translate into anything actionable, which would be of particular interest to financial organizations and institutions. We fixed that. SenseFish is a fintech platform focused on ESG blue finance, powered by satellite Earth observation, underwater data, reported statistics, and our own proprietary algorithms. So we go beyond the ordinary data. We actually deliver intelligence, and most importantly, we deliver value. We generate core geography-based data and intelligence by ourselves. We enhance local and regional strategic positioning by aligning with ESG priorities, and we push the edge, new real-time insights, predictive analytics, and risk forecasting. SenseFish Analytics is scenario-driven. For example, before a blue bond is issued, risk evaluation is needed. Then tracking impact and proceeds is actually very important, and we do that, we cover that. Finance institutions, project owners, and the economy, they all benefit from that. I do see there's a few glitches there that probably happened as that was translated onto the screen, so apologies. Yeah, there we go. We drive ocean economy success by integrating geodata with local expertise, aligning with global best practices. And here we are because we believe that we can actually bring and provide massive value to the Bahraini nation and financial institutions, in particular, translating into the value into the ocean. In an example, for example, of Khalifa bin Salman port in Bahrain, we would support the sustainable agenda in alignment with the Bahraini ESG framework and the Net Zero 2060 agenda. When a bank analyst, for example, evaluates such a project or an agenda for a financial instrument, they ask themselves questions. Will the finance bring the return, both the impact and the financial? Are mid-project KPIs like carbon reduction, renewable energy use, and water efficiency being met to maintain sustainable financing compliance? How is the overall ESG impact measured efficiently and reliably? You can tell we don't just provide the data. We help unlock competitiveness, such as port asset safety and insurance. We all know that Bahrain does rely on external insurance for this kind of things. Green shipping compliance with IMO standards, strengthening, for example, Khalifa bin Salman port's global positioning. But through that, also environmental and social resilience, safeguarding Bahraini coastal communities and health of the ocean. A strong ESG agenda drives investment, economy diversification, global reputation, and Bahraini tourism growth, which is one of the aims of the nation as well. First, we do a platform with real-time features and predictive intelligence. Port operators like Maersk, for example, can explore real-time shipping metrics on an interactive map that we offer, including ship fuel efficiency, carbon intensity per route, and compliance with green corridors and IMO targets. The system can also provide instant alerts, such as when a container ship intersects with the whale migration route or restricted marine protected area, ensuring safer and more responsible navigation. Second and third, you can also access just the data or just the algorithms. Within the past 6 months, Sensefish has been building 7+ pilots at different stages, from Denmark to Japan, Morocco to Malaysia, and UK, of course. With more than 5 use cases, some of them mentioned before, and more than 20 partners across consortiums across the board. We are a team of experts from technical to non-technical and those in between. And guess what? Each of these need to understand the other's requirements, and they sometimes don't like me for that. It's our vision in Bahrain. We've truly loved the time in this beautiful country and collaborations we have done so far. The people, the expertise, and the genuine commitment to doing and supporting business with purpose. This is how meaningful national impact is created. With a foundational tech model on our side, our proposal includes shaping a 3 to 6 month pilot project with top-layer institution while building a co-growth partnership with a local R&D collaboration model. Blue Finance, Blue Innovation, a leading nation. Please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Alexandra of Sensefish there. I'd now like to welcome to the stage co-founder and CEO of Radium, Barry O'Donoghue. And Radium are the fintech that is powering secure open banking infrastructure in both the UK and internationally. Over to you, Barry.
Thank you, Katie. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for your patience. I'm second to last, so you're almost there. So I am co-founder and CEO of Radium, and we are a UK fintech. We have been born in London 2017, so we've been around for a while, and we've been doing really pioneering work around the world. We started off in the UK trying to figure out how to get open banking done for the first time. And that has been a major, major success. And it is a global reference point for other markets that have followed, with Bahrain being one of the first. And it has been a wave that has washed around the world, and we have followed it where it has gone. Okay? We provide the trust layer for secure data sharing ecosystems. We did that first in the UK, and our technology that we built there still powers that ecosystem today, serving 2 billion API calls a month, 250 organizations, 1 in 5 consumers every day, and it continues to grow and flourish. We have then brought this technology to market, and we provide it for central banks and sector regulators around the world to unlock the benefits of open banking, open finance, and actually OpenX, because this is not just about financial data. It's about empowering consumers and businesses to unlock the value of their data to drive innovation, growth, competition, etc. And we do this from Brazil for the central bank and the insurance authority. We do it here in the Gulf for the Central Bank of the UAE in Abu Dhabi, where I have moved to last year. We do it in Australia at a national level for digital identity. We do it in New Zealand. So we are spanning the whole globe. We're about 80 people strong. And to give you a sense, in Brazil, it's the largest ecosystem of its type anywhere in the world. There are 1,000 organizations. They are serving upwards of 100 million consumers, and our platform secures 10 billion API calls a month. Every payment, every data proposition, every financial institution, every day. Right? And we're incredibly proud of that, and they continue to drive innovation with new use cases launching all of the time. 100 billion API calls in last year alone, and the growth continues to increase. In New Zealand, confirmation of payment beneficiary fraud, sending money and the account details not matching who you think you're paying is a big problem. And being able to prevent that real time protects consumers from paying the person that they shouldn't be paying. So we work at national scale, and we're incredibly proud of that. And really, it's a tech platform that is sector agnostic, it's data agnostic, and what's happening is open banking is moving to open everything. Open energy, open property, open health, etc. This is broadly called OpenX or smart data. It's happening in the UK right now. We're at the forefront of that in pioneering. We signed this week with the UK Financial Conduct Authority to power their smart data accelerator to really experiment and get these use cases live. We are also working with the Bank of International Settlements in Hong Kong to drive cross-border open finance, right? We are bridging open finance networks globally for trade finance, for account opening, and many more use cases. And this isn't just theory, we're building a real prototype that's going to really work. So we're very excited about that. And I'd just maybe dwell briefly, Her Excellency, on the strategic priorities for the kingdom. So maybe just moving to my final slide. Oop, it's gone back. I don't know how. Let's see. Oop. Oh, right, leave it there. 4, digitization. I was listening during the week when you spoke. The connected economy, cybersecurity, growing human capital, financial inclusion, ESG and sustainability. These are some of the things that you talked about. And these directly map to our company mission, and we are enabling these outcomes around the world through consented data sharing. And I would just like to thank, firstly, the EDB, Fintech Bay, Invest Bahrain, the Central Bank of Bahrain, Tamkeen, have been tremendous hosts. We've had a brilliant week. It's my first time in Bahrain. I've had a lovely time, and I'm hugely impressed by the potential, by the progressive, forward-looking, forward-thinking policy and the ability to execute here with the tremendous talent pool that you've built and continue to invest in. So congratulations. Thank you for your time. And I've been Barry O'Donoghue. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barry O'Donoghue. And Radium, a fintech with a truly global footprint. I'd next like to welcome to the stage, last but definitely not least, BKN 301. We have Ania Stucci, Head of Growth, and BKN 301, a redefining finance through agility, modularity, and acceleration. So over to you, Ania. Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone. It's almost finished, so please thank you much for your patience. So my name is Ania Stucci. I'm Head of Growth of BKN 301. We are a fintech based in London with operation in different locations in Europe and outside Europe. We operate in Italy, we operate in Qatar, in Egypt, and in Georgia. We are quite a trusted supplier. As you can see, we have different relationships in place with different vendors. And our solution is mainly based on a technology layer called Bus Orchestrator that allow to create a connected environment in the financial ecosystem. Let me go through the better slide. So the BKN Orchestrator, let's say, can be summarized in 3 pillars. One pillar is the API Connect, or API Gateway, that allow the organization to connect all the technology application present in the financial ecosystem. The second pillar is the data layer. The data layer is allowing the organization to replicate all the data coming from different applications that compose the financial technology ecosystem in order to increase the data resiliency. And the third layer is the panic. The third layer is what is the third layer? We need to joke a little bit because we are the last speaker in the event. So the third pillar of the orchestrator is the business rule engine. So in addition to the API gateway, the data layer, we can also manage some business rules at the middleware layer. So in this way, we can not only orchestrate the different applications in the financial technology ecosystem of your organization, but also replicate the data and also inserting some data rules. In BKN, let's say we are committed in digital transformation by supporting any kind of financial institution in becoming more adaptable, flexible, and also ready for new market, thanks to improving their processing and the agility to move in the international market and following the new market trends, ever-changing market trends. So this is some example of use cases because the technology can be adapted in different use cases. If you need to launch a new product, for example, a new financial service product in a new market, the BKN Orchestrator can help you, can facilitate, can help you to be more faster in the go-to-market. If you need to manage a migration transformation project, again, the Orchestrator can be a solution. If you need to create a data layer for AI and business analytic processes, Orchestrator can be the solution. So there are different use cases you can adopt such kind of technology. It's a proven solution. We already have some important reference. In particular, we have one of the largest, it's the largest digital bank in Italy with 2 million customers. The solution is live and they are quite satisfied. So if you want to have more information, don't hesitate to reach me. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you, everybody. And what an incredible lineup, a true showcase of UK innovation and Bahrain's fintech sector coming together in real time. I won't keep you much longer, but we just want to say on behalf of the UK delegation, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for the wonderful, wonderful hospitality that we've received in Bahrain. Our UK fintechs really look forward to working with you all in the future. So thank you again, and hopefully see you at UK Fintech Week in April 2026, and back here again for an even bigger, better, bolder Fintech Forward 2026. So thank you very much. Shukran jazilan. Thank you.